Place a burette clamp on your ring stand and obtain a burette from the front of the lab. Carefully clean the burette with distilled water. Notice how the student is moving the burette so that the water cleans the entire piece of glassware. Allow the water to drain through the tip of the burette. This cleaning procedure should be done a total of 3 times. Next, you should clean the burette with the titrant. For this example, the titrant is sodium hydroxide. Using a funnel, carefully pour a small amount of the titrant in the burette. This cleaning procedure is done so that the burette is coated with the titrant rather than with water. Allow the titrant to drain through the tip. This procedure should also be done a total of 3 times. Once the burette is clean, fill it with the titrant. It is important to make sure there are no air bubbles in the tip of the burette. For this exercise, we have already pipetted 10 milliliters of hydrochloric acid into an Erlenmeyer flask. An Erlenmeyer flask is an excellent container for the titration. Place 2 drops of the indicator in the flask. Here we are using phenolphthalein. Record the initial volume of your titration in your lab notebook to 2 decimal places. Before you begin, place a piece of white paper under the flask so you can best note the color change. Begin the titration. The titrant should drip slowly from the tip of the burette. With one hand, swirl the Erlenmeyer flask so that it is constantly mixing. Make sure that all drops reach the solution. If a drop sticks to the side of the flask, use your distilled water to wash it down. As the titrant mixes with the HCl in the flask, you will notice a pink color change that fades while swirling. When this color stays for a period of time, you are near the equivalence point. At this point, you can turn the valve on the burette 180 degrees to get a single drop into the flask at a time. At the equivalence point, the solution should be a very light pink. This is an example of a solution which is over-titrated. Once you have finished the titration, note the final volume in your lab notebook.